structure. This is a heart anatomy. We're going to start from aorta. Alright? We're going to start from aorta. Before the aorta, we have which chamber of the heart? This chamber is called what?
Left ventricle.
This is left ventricle. This is left ventricle. Oxygenated blood or deoxygenated?
Oxygenated.
Oxygenated blood. This is left.
Atrium.
This is left atrium. This is
Right atrium.
right atrium. This
Right ventricle.
right ventricle. If it contracts, if left ventricle contracts, the blood goes where?
Contracts.
If it
In
contracts,
aortic valve.
it goes to the aorta.
Aortic valve.
This is our aortic valve. Aortic valve goes where?
In aorta. And
To aorta. From aorta it goes where?
all body.
To the whole body system. Through what? Through which arteries? Through big arteries, yes?
No.
The biggest artery in our body?
Aorta.
Aorta. After aorta we have smaller arteries, yes? After that we have smaller aortas. From the smaller aortas we have arterioles. From arterioles we get what?
Capillaries.
We
Capillaries.
get a lot of what? Capillaries. We get the capillaries. In the capillaries, what happens? Arteries carry what?
Oxygen.
Arteries carry
Oxygenate.
oxygen. Of course, they carry oxygen and deliver this oxygen where? To the tissues.
Yes.
Alright?
Yes.
The capillaries are the smallest arteries which penetrate inside the tissues. Alright? They penetrate inside the tissues so that they can give this oxygen for all tissues and the cells. Alright? Each and every of your cell gets oxygen from the capillaries. Alright? They deliver, so the hemoglobin carries the oxygen and delivers it to the capillaries. In the capillaries, near the capillaries, we have a lot of cells. Alright?
Yes.
We have a lot of cells. In the cells, we have the metabolic activities, which cells release what? Carbon dioxide. In this case, carbon dioxide is released from the cells and arteries carrying what? Oxygen. Yes, arteries carrying the oxygen to the capillaries. And these oxygen molecules will enter inside of these cells, which will release carbon dioxide. Cells release carbon dioxide from metabolic activities and they get oxygen instead of it. Alright? They are oxygenated and they are ready again to make more and more ATP through the cellular respiration. In order to function, we need to respirate, we need to breathe in order to get energy, in order to digest everything. Alright? We're getting the oxygen. Why we die when there is not enough oxygen? For example, if someone gets from here, if the ruptures, if these two arteries, carotid arteries rupture, we die. Yes? Why we die?
Because
we
pH.
lack the oxygen, because there is no oxygen. Cells are not getting the oxygen, that's why the cells are dying. After cells die, the tissues also die. If the tissue dies, the organ dies. If the organ dies, organism dies. We die. Alright? That's why the oxygen is very important for our life. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. The oxygen is carrying to the tissues and the cells. They're getting the oxygen and releasing the carbon dioxide through which? Simple diffusion. So the simple diffusion. How this occurring? For example, imagine this is one cell. Alright? This is one cell. In the cell, in the tissues, if there is a lot of concentration of the carbon dioxide, and in this case, if the arteries are coming with oxygen. Yes? Arteries are coming with oxygen. In the arteries, we have less concentration of the carbon dioxide inside the arteries. Alright? And inside the tissues, we have less concentration of the oxygen because we have a lot of concentration of carbon dioxide. And the simple diffusion is occurring. They all are what kind of substances? Hydrophobic substances. Because they are hydrophobic substances, for example, the carbon dioxide, there are a lot of concentration of the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide easily gets into the capillaries. Carbon dioxide gets into the capillaries. And this oxygen, because we have a lot of concentration of the oxygen inside the capillaries, this oxygen is easily delivered to the tissues because we have lower levels of oxygen inside the cell. Alright? This is how it works. Because of the thanks for the simple diffusion, this is occurring. Alright? This part of the capillaries, for example, imagine this is capillary. It's coming from where? From arterioles. And arterioles are coming from bigger arteries. All All right. This is arterial. This is arterial, and this is artery. This is artery. Artery is carrying the oxygen. Oxygen is getting to the smaller arterioles, and from the arterioles it goes to the capillaries. In the capillaries, the gas exchange occurs inside the cell. In the cellular cells are getting the oxygen through the simple diffusion. After they get carbon dioxide, they getting the carbon dioxide is releasing from the cells inside the capillaries, and after the capillaries get the carbon dioxide, they go where?
To the vein.
Venules, which is smaller. They get to the
Venules.
venules. From the venules, carbon
To the
dioxide
veins.
gets
Veins.
to the veins. The largest veins are called
Vena cava. Superior, inferior.
inferior vena cava. So in the venules we have carbon dioxide, which we get from the cells from the metabolic activities, and this is also carbon dioxide. Understand?
Yeah.
And this carbon dioxide is going to get it's also attached to the red blood cells. Carbon dioxide is also attached to the red blood cells. Imagine this is red blood cells. The shape of the red blood cell is
Disc.
this big concave disc. Big concave disc. Imagine this is red blood cells, RBCs. RBCs here are carrying what? Here RBCs are carrying what? Here carrying oxygen, for example. RBCs are carrying oxygen. In this case here, the hemoglobin carrying carbon dioxide. Alright? Red blood cells are getting carbon dioxide. If we get the carbon dioxide, we don't have to handle this carbon dioxide for a long time. We want to give it to the lungs and as soon as possible to get the oxygen. Hemoglobin always wants it to be oxygenated. It's running to the lungs. Then this hemoglobin in the veins is rushing to get the oxygen from the lungs. How it goes to the lungs? It's going to go through the lungs through two ways. Through the superior vena cava. This vein is going then where?
Inferior.
This vein
superior.
is going to the superior vena cava. And this vein is going to the
Inferior.
inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava. Which organs are giving veins to the inferior vena cava? For example, your liver. Your liver, vein from the livers are going where? To
To
the
the
inferior vena cava. This is inferior vena cava, IVC. For example,
Kidney.
your kidneys. Your kidneys also giving
Inferior
veins
vena
to the
cava.
inferior vena cava. Understand? For
Understand.
example, what is it?
Female reproductive system.
Female reproductive system. It's also going where?
Inferior vena cava.
The veins which is coming from the ovaries, for example, from the uterus, all of them are going where? To the
Inferior
inferior
vena
vena
cava.
cava. What else? For example, your testes. From the testes, the vein is also going to the inferior vena cava. Understand? And also
Organs. Stomach.
from the stomach is also going to the
Inferior.
inferior,
vena cava.
which is below the heart. All the organs are going to the inferior vena cava. The largest, for example, vein in our organism, which is going where? To the inferior vena cava. They all are full of deoxygenated blood and they are rushing to the lungs to get oxygen. And also, this organ, it has tail, it has body and head. Which
Pancreas.
organ? Pancreas. Pancreas is the secretions for the veins from the pancreas is also going to the inferior
Inferior vena
vena.
cava.
All right.
Yes.
For example, we have what also?
Brain.
Brain. We have eyes. Yes. Ears. What else?
Mouth.
What else?
Mouth.
They all going where? To the superior. Which is up to the heart. The veins from up to the heart is going to where? To the superior vena cava. Alright? To superior vena cava. In the superior vena cava, we have oxygenated blood or deoxygenated?
Deoxygenated.
Deoxygenated blood, which is full of carbon dioxide. Here we also have full of carbon dioxide. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
This deoxygenated blood then enter into the which chamber of the heart? Which chamber of the heart?
Right artery.
To the right artery. From the right atrium, it's facing which?
Tricuspid valve.
Tricuspid valve. If the ventricles contract, imagine if the ventricles contract, this side, if it contracts, these valves open automatically. This mitral valve also opens, this tricuspid valve also opens. If they open, the blood, here we have oxygen, here we have carbon dioxide. For example, this is deoxygenated, this is oxygenated blood. They're going to come where? This part from the right side is going to the right ventricle, and this part is going to the left ventricle. Understand?
Yes.
Then it dilates, then it systole occurred in the atrium, then it dilates, diastole is happening in the ventricles. Alright? After some time, after milliseconds, the ventricles start to contract. If this part together they contract, if the left ventricle contracts, the oxygenated blood goes to the aorta. Yes? If right ventricle contracts, it goes where?
Pulmonary valve. Pulmonary valve.
Pulmonary artery. Through which valve?
Through pulmonary valve.
Through pulmonary valve. This is aortic valve.
Yes.
Through the pulmonary valve, it goes to the pulmonary arteries. How many pulmonary arteries we have?
4.
This is pulmonary artery.
Two. Artery 2.
For example, this is second pulmonary artery.
Yes.
Imagine this is second pulmonary artery. Through the pulmonary arteries, the deoxygenated blood. Here we also have deoxygenated blood. Yes. Here we also have deoxygenated blood. This is also deoxygenated. So it goes to the pulmonary arteries. Alright. Some portion is going to the pulmonary arteries and it's also contracted. Then it goes to the system. It's again going to the tissues. Understand?
Yes.
We're going to talk about now pulmonary arteries. What happens to the pulmonary arteries? Imagine this is your line and the line is receiving pulmonary artery, first pulmonary artery here. The line is receiving, the right line is receiving first pulmonary artery, the second line is receiving second pulmonary artery. Understand? In the pulmonary arteries we have a lot of carbon dioxide and we're going to get rid of them. We receive the carbon dioxide in the veins, now we're going to exchange this carbon dioxide. Understand? So, pulmonary arteries are carrying carbon dioxide. For example, this is imagine pulmonary artery. I'm zooming this part, this small part of the line. I'm zooming, getting it bigger, and I'm going to show you how the gas exchange is occurring. This side is gas exchange side. This is gas exchange side. How the gas is exchanging. So here, for example, imagine this is one alveole. Inside the alveoles, we have, around the alveoles, we have a lot of blood vessels, yes? A lot of capillaries around what? Alveoles. So gas exchange is occurring. For example, pulmonary artery, this is pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery is getting here into capillaries. They are merging to become the capillaries. And these capillaries, inside the capillaries, we have a lot of carbon dioxide. And this is alveole. We are breathing and all the alveoles are getting oxygen. And alveoles are full of oxygen. Again, the simple diffusion occurring. Right? We have a lot of oxygen concentration here. That's why a lot of concentration is getting into what? To the pulmonary veins. Then it's for example here. I'm going to explain. Imagine this is a cell. This is alveole, inside the alveole we have a lot of oxygen, and this is the pulmonary
veins,
arteries, imagine. This is pulmonary arteries. This is arterial, and this is capillary, alright? We have a lot of carbon dioxide. This is pulmonary, what? Artery. Pulmonary artery carries what kind of blood? Deoxygenated blood. So deoxygenated blood is coming here, for example, carbon dioxide came here, and the oxygen, a lot of concentration inside the alveoles get into what? Into capillaries, and it's getting oxygenated again, alright? And they are merging to form pulmonary veins. They're forming the pulmonary veins. In the pulmonary veins, we have a lot of concentration of oxygen. We have a lot of concentration of oxygen. Here we have a lot of concentration of the carbon dioxide, and this concentration of the carbon dioxide is getting also to the alveoles. through the simple diffusion is occurring here. A lot of concentration is carbon dioxide getting into the alveoles, and a lot of concentration of oxygen is going to pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins. And the pulmonary veins are also released from the lungs. And here, two pulmonary veins are released from the left line, and the two pulmonary veins are released from right line. Understand? And the pulmonary veins are coming to the heart again. Here, two pulmonary veins, and here, two pulmonary veins again. They coming and merging and opening here. Pulmonary veins are opening to the left atrium. It's coming to the left atrium. From the left atrium, it's going to the left ventricle. In this case, the mitral valve is opening, and the left ventricle is receiving the oxygenated blood and pumping it to aorta through
arterial valve.
Aortic valve. The aortic valve opening, and it's going to the aorta. And this process is happening again and again in seconds.